What if I told you that just three numbers, yes, only three, might hold the power to completely change your life? Not years from now, not someday in the distant future, but right here, right now, in June. Sounds impossible, doesn't it? Or maybe like a fantasy. But stay with me, because this isn't hype or wishful thinking or some marketing gimmick disguised as mystery. This is something stranger, quieter, and far more real. There's a pattern running through time, hidden in plain sight, a silent rhythm, a pulse, one that hums just beneath the surface of everyday life. It's subtle, often ignored, and almost always missed, but every so often it grows louder, clearer, more urgent. And when it does, something shifts. That shift is happening now. You can feel it, can't you? That strange buzz in the air, that sense of electricity beneath the ordinary, the way things feel just a little more charged, as if something is leaning in, as if fate is watching, as if possibility itself is holding its breath, waiting for someone to notice. Maybe that someone is you, because this June, this exact moment in time feels different. It feels like the kind of month people talk about for the rest of their lives. The kind of month that starts off ordinary and ends up unforgettable. The kind where small decisions ripple into massive outcomes. The kind of month where someone, somewhere, walks into a gas station, buys a ticket with numbers they barely thought about, and walks out holding their future in their hand. And the craziest part? It's happened before, over and over again, always in June. Think about it. A school teacher, someone who had lived a quiet life for decades, buys a ticket out of routine and wakes up a multimillionaire. A group of janitors pooling their money every week for years with no return suddenly hit the kind of jackpot that erases every past worry and sets them and their families up for life. A random tourist overseas slipping into a corner shop just before closing picks up a ticket they almost didn't buy and ends up walking into a future that will never again look like the past. Different people, different backgrounds, different stories. But one thing connects them all: the timing. Always June. That's not a coincidence. That's a signal. And it gets even more compelling when you dig deeper. Because according to psychologists, people who have actually studied luck, what we think of as random may not be random at all. Dr. Richard Wiseman, one of the leading researchers in this field, discovered something fascinating. People who identify as lucky don't just wait for good fortune. They behave differently. They notice more. They trust their gut. They act on instincts most people ignore. They move when others hesitate. In other words, luck doesn't just appear. It's often invited. And sometimes it comes in the form of numbers. Across every culture and generation, numbers have carried meaning, emotional meaning, spiritual meaning, a kind of frequency that transcends basic math. Some numbers are feared, some are worshipped. Some are considered sacred, lucky, cursed, or divine. Three is one of the most powerful among them. Three is completeness, balance, wholeness. It's the structure of every good story: beginning, middle, end. The core of every memorable phrase: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It's the number we instinctively trust, the number our brains naturally remember. But three isn't the only one showing up this month, because as June unfolds, three specific numbers have begun rising again and again, appearing in ways too consistent to ignore. And when you put them together, 3, 9, 21, they don't just look like numbers. They look like a signal. The number 3 has shown up repeatedly in high-value draws, specifically in the fourth or fifth slot, across 7 separate games in recent weeks. The number 9? It's been quietly dominating single-digit appearances in winning tickets for over a year and a half. And 21, that quiet, dependable presence, has surfaced in more 6-number jackpot combinations during tense, high-stakes moments than almost any other. These numbers don't shout, they whisper, but the whispers are getting louder. Take, for instance, the woman in Michigan who kept dreaming of the number 21, 3 nights in a row. She didn't know why. She had never played the lottery seriously before, but something nudged her. So she bought one ticket, just one. She never dreamed of 21 again because she didn't need to. That one ticket won her $2 million. Or the London taxi driver who picked up three passengers, back to back, all headed to addresses ending in the same number. He laughed it off at first, but then he wrote it down, played it the next morning, matched 5 out of 6, just like that. Or the exhausted warehouse worker in Ohio who handed his little girl a magazine and told her, "Pick 3 numbers for me." She did, crayon in hand, no reason behind her choices. That same week, those exact numbers hit. Not a massive jackpot, but enough to pay off every last debt. Enough to breathe again, enough to start fresh. These aren't stories of magic. They're stories of attention. Because luck doesn't always come crashing through the door. Sometimes it taps you on the shoulder, shows up in strange conversations, on receipts, on license plates, in dreams, on clocks at just the right time, in numbers you keep seeing without knowing why. And this June, those numbers, 3, 9, and 21, are everywhere. They're in the background of the biggest wins. They're circling the edges of recent jackpots. They're rising quietly, again and again, like familiar faces in a crowd. And if you're paying attention, you'll realize they're not just numbers. They're cues, markers, invitations. This month, something is aligning. Something bigger than logic, bigger than odds. Maybe it's timing. Maybe it's fate. Maybe it's simply that rare moment when patterns collide with potential and ordinary people, just like you, step into something extraordinary. So here's the question. Are you watching closely? Are you willing to act when others wait? Are you ready to listen when the numbers begin to whisper? Because this June, those 3 numbers, 3, 9, and 21, aren't just part of a story. They might be the beginning of yours. Number 21. At first glance, it might seem like just another number, a simple combination of 2 digits side by side, 2 and 1. But dig deeper and you'll find that 21 is anything but ordinary. It carries a profound significance that stretches across cultures, history, and even the patterns of fortune that many overlook. This number is more than the sum of its parts. It's a symbol of maturity, transformation, and the moment when preparation meets opportunity. Think about the way life itself marks 21 as a milestone, the age when many cultures recognize the transition from youth to full adulthood. It's the age when doors open, when responsibilities and freedoms come together, when potential steps into power. This is no coincidence. Number 21 embodies that unique blend of youthful optimism and adult readiness, making it a number of balance and turning points. In the realm of luck, chance, and especially lottery draws, 21 quietly plays a significant role. It's not always the flashiest number, but it appears with a consistency that demands attention, particularly in winning combinations involving 6 or more digits. Over recent years, 21 has surfaced repeatedly, especially during the final Fridays of the month, like a silent pulse beneath the surface of randomness, guiding those who are paying attention toward moments of possibility. Why does 21 have this effect? Numerologically, it combines the qualities of 2 and 1, creating a number that embodies partnership and independence, balance and new beginnings. The 2 represents cooperation, harmony, and diplomacy, while the 1 symbolizes leadership, initiative, and fresh starts. Together, 21 is a number that invites action, but with awareness, a reminder that success often comes from both boldness and balance. Across the globe, stories of fortune linked to the number 21 echo this message. A woman in Michigan, for example, dreamt of the number 21 for 3 consecutive nights. Instead of dismissing the dreams as mere coincidence, she listened. And when she played the number once, it resulted in a $2 million win. In London, a taxi driver picked up 3 consecutive fares, all with addresses ending in 21. Inspired by this strange pattern, he played those numbers the very next day and matched 5 out of 6 digits, just shy of a jackpot. These stories are far from isolated. They reveal a pattern of awareness, synchronicity, and timing. The connection between 21 and Fridays, especially the last Fridays of the month, is another fascinating piece of the puzzle. These Fridays seem to carry a unique energy, an ending, a moment when cycles close and new opportunities open. On these days, 21 often emerges, quietly but insistently, signaling that the universe is aligning, that the time to act is near, and that luck might be closer than you think. In a world overflowing with distractions, the number 21 acts like a steady compass. It calls on us to be patient but vigilant, to notice the signs that others might miss. It whispers that fortune is not just about chance, but about timing, preparation, and belief. This June, as the energy around us shifts and new opportunities arise, 21 returns as a symbol of hope and readiness. It's a number that asks you to open your eyes to the patterns in the world around you, to the subtle signals that might guide you toward your moment. Because when 21 appears, it's often the quiet before the storm, the calm that precedes transformation, the key that unlocks the door to possibility. So next time you see 21, whether in a lottery draw, on a clock, or in a dream, remember this: it's not just a number, it's a sign, a guide. Number 9, it's more than just a figure on a ticket or a digit in a sequence. It's a number wrapped in layers of meaning, mystery, and power that stretch across cultures, time, and even the hidden patterns of luck itself. Throughout history, 9 has held a special place, revered as a symbol of completeness, wisdom, and the closing of cycles. It's the last single-digit number, the final step before everything starts anew. And in that finality lies its strength. Think about it. 9 represents endings that lead to new beginnings. In nature, we see cycles of 9, 9 months of human gestation, 9 lives of a cat in folklore, the 9 planets once thought to circle our sun. This number embodies transformation and fulfillment, the moment when preparation meets opportunity. In the world of lottery and chance, 9 has quietly dominated the stage more than most realize. Over the past 18 months, it has appeared in more high jackpot winning combinations than any other single-digit number. This isn't coincidence. It's a pattern that repeats itself in ways too consistent to ignore. The number 9 shows up when stakes are highest, when fortunes hang in the balance, and when destiny is about to shift. Why does 9 have this effect? Because it carries the energy of completion and power. It's the final piece that turns fragments into a whole. Players who recognize the importance of 9 often describe it as a lucky number, not just because of superstition, but because of its consistent presence in moments of triumph. Beyond numbers and luck, 9 has deep cultural significance. In Chinese culture, for example, 9 is associated with longevity and eternal life. In Norse mythology, there are 9 worlds connected by the cosmic tree Yggdrasil. In numerology, 9 represents wisdom, spiritual enlightenment, and humanitarianism, the number that asks us to think beyond ourselves and recognize the bigger picture. But it's not just symbolism that makes 9 stand out. It's the way it appears in real life, subtly guiding those who watch for it. People often notice the number 9 appearing unexpectedly, on their clocks, receipts, or dreams, just when they need a sign. This pattern of noticing and trusting the number 9 can lead to a heightened sense of awareness and readiness, qualities that lucky people share. Across the country, stories echo this pattern. A man in Florida noticed the number 9 appearing in lottery draws he followed for months. He finally took a chance, playing combinations including 9, and won a prize large enough to change his life. In another case, a woman's recurring dream of the number 9 led her to pick it on a whim, and her gamble paid off. These aren't isolated incidents. They're pieces of a larger puzzle, a pattern of timing and intuition. Now, as June approaches, a month already charged with energy and possibility, the number 9 once again surfaces, calling attention to itself. It's a signal that the cycle is reaching a point of completion, that luck and timing are aligning, and that the moment to act might be close at hand. When you see 9 in your draws this June, remember it's not just a random number. It's a sign of power, transformation, and opportunity. It's a reminder that endings can bring beginnings, that closing one chapter opens another, and that fortune favors those who pay attention. In a world filled with uncertainty, the number 9 stands as a powerful symbol, a final step before something new, a beacon guiding those ready to embrace change and seize their moment. So watch for 9. Notice when it appears. Trust the pattern. Because sometimes the number that closes the cycle is the very one that opens the door to your greatest fortune. Number 3. At first glance, it's just a simple digit, neither too high nor too low, just sitting there quietly between 2 and 4. But beneath that simplicity lies a profound mystery, a power that has fascinated humanity for millennia. It's a number that transcends mere counting. It's a symbol deeply woven into the fabric of stories, beliefs, and even the very rhythms of chance and fortune. Consider this. Why do so many stories, traditions, and natural phenomena come in threes? Why do we instinctively group things in threes? The answer is embedded in the very way our minds seek balance and completeness. Three parts, beginning, middle, and end, give structure to narratives, making them satisfying and whole. From the three wishes granted by genies, to the three musketeers, to the Holy Trinity, the power of three is universal and timeless. But this is no mere coincidence. The number 3 carries an energy of harmony and balance, and it is exactly this energy that shows up again and again in moments of luck and opportunity. When you examine lottery draws carefully, you find that 3 appears far more often than random chance would suggest, especially in critical middle positions like the 4th or 5th spot. In fact, over the last 20 draws, number 3 appeared 7 times in these pivotal positions. This pattern is a whisper from the universe, a subtle signal that something meaningful is at play. It's important to realize that this number isn't just symbolic. It's a pattern that those who pay attention can follow. Psychologists studying luck and chance have discovered that people who consider themselves lucky don't just stumble upon fortune. They see, they notice, they act. They notice when the number 3 pops up repeatedly, in their dreams, on license plates, in unexpected places, and they interpret it as a sign, a guide, a beacon, a you. Throughout history, 3 has been a number that signifies more than just quantity. It is the number of completeness. In philosophy, it represents mind, body, and spirit. In storytelling, it's the number of challenges or trials before a reward. In everyday life, things grouped in threes tend to feel more natural and memorable. This is why people remember phone numbers, addresses, and stories that come in threes more easily. What does this mean for you, especially as the month of June approaches? It means that the number 3 is more than just a random figure. It is a pattern of opportunity. It is a number that has shown up at pivotal moments for winners before, quietly, persistently, repeatedly. Imagine this. Across different cities, different people, completely separate lives, the number 3 shows up in unexpected ways. A woman dreams of the number 3 nights in a row and decides to play it once, winning millions. A taxi driver notices 3 fares all ending in the same digit and decides to trust the pattern, hitting near jackpot numbers. A warehouse worker lets his daughter circle 3 random numbers in a magazine, and those numbers hit just weeks later, clearing his debts. These aren't isolated stories. They are threads in a larger tapestry of patterns. And here's the crucial part. Noticing the number 3 isn't about superstition or blind faith. It's about awareness. It's about opening your eyes to the rhythms that the universe sets around us. It's about recognizing when things align, when the stars, the timing, and the numbers come together to create a moment ripe for opportunity. This June, the number 3 is calling out once again. It's more than just a digit on a ticket. It's a symbol of balance, a sign of readiness, and an invitation to trust in the pattern. When it shows up, it's a gentle reminder that the moment to act might be now, to take that chance, to place that bet, to believe in the possibility of change. In a world full of chaos and uncertainty, the number 3 stands firm, a quiet, persistent beacon guiding those who are willing to pay attention. It whispers that luck is not just chance, it's connection, alignment, and awareness. So as June unfolds, watch for the number 3. Notice when it appears. Listen for its message. Because sometimes the simplest numbers carry the greatest power. And this time, that power could change everything.